Welcome back to Dark Water Divination. My name is Brianna. I'm a psychic medium and an intuitive reader, and this is a place and space where we take a deep dive into the unknown. In today's video, we are going to be doing a pick a card for the Gemini full moon, but I did a little bit of like my own personal research, and I'll have all the resources listed below if you would like it. But I did just a little bit of research. I am in no way an astrologer or an expert in this. It's just my passion. So I'm going to kind of like give you like a spark note rundown of what I have here, and then we'll get into the reading. So yeah, sit tight if you want to get into this. So with this Gemini full moon, we are going to be experiencing sparks of inspiration and sudden significant realizations mentally. So this is going to look like breakthroughs in mental patterns and breakthroughs in things that have been holding you back, like mental blocks. There's also going to be an adjustment or a release in the ways in which we learn, teach, and communicate as well. Mercury being the ruler of Gemini and communication, this is going to be big. There's also going to be a highlight in bringing clarity to expression and connection. And this is also going to, again, just sort of highlight where it is that we've been overthinking in our lives and how that has kind of stopped us from, I want to say, like crossing a threshold, because in my meditation 44 kept coming up, but also like threshold or barriers or like fault lines, things cracking or breaking or going over a threshold. But all of that holds like really intense power right before you push through. It's almost like a birth, right? Like it's really painful. It's really like amped up. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of unknown, but then once you give birth and it's out, then it's like, oh, okay, you've crossed that threshold and now you're in a whole new life. That's sort of what I feel like this is. And considering that this is the very last full moon of the year, I personally intuitively feel like this is going to be like a big like pow sort of full moon. Like this is going to kick away or really kind of force to the surface all of the things that we are meant to purge before going into the new year. There's a lot of massive astrological events happening next year that are definitely going to help us come into a steadier alignment with who we are, and especially more in the physical. There's going to be grounded evidence of our manifestations and materialistic changes as well. But okay, I'll move this off to the side, moving the mic just for a second, and then let me clear the space, sage everything, get myself ready, and we'll pick the cards together. I'll see you there. Howdy. Okay, so I know that I said I would shuffle with you guys. However, when I was setting up the frame to make sure everything like worked, these three just kind of slid right out, and for me it feels really right. And I feel like this whole year, personally for me, but I feel like for the collective as a whole, has been about like just following your gut intuition and like what you feel is right. So we're gonna go with these. So feel free to pause the video, take a second, or take however long you need. You can choose one pile, you could choose two piles. Either way, I will have timestamps listed for you so you can jump straight to the pile of your choice. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. Hi, pile one. Welcome to your pile. Let's go ahead and see what your first card is. Woo! We have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. This seems to be a theme I'm noticing for the collective as a whole, that there seems to be some sort of expansion in love and relationships and connection as well. So let's get into it actually. The message from the moon is this, essentially. This is our theme card, our card of the entire reading, and what this full moon brings to you, essentially. The next thing that we are going to be asking is, how are we being guided to move forward? This is going to be answered by the Earth Magic Oracle deck, which is one of my personal favorites. I really, really, really love this deck. I personally use it in my everyday life just about every morning and every single night. So I feel like I have a pretty close connection. Okay. I don't know if you guys could hear me through that, but sorry if it was a little too loud. But let's do this guy for how are we being guided to move forward. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I feel like there's one more. Oh, yep, there we go. There's one more. Okay. Ooh, how beautiful. Okay, so we have tree grounding, rainbow blessings, and summer solstice radiance. Ooh. So I feel like you are stepping into a new romantic cycle I feel like you are being brought somebody who is more balanced, more grounded, or you are starting to encounter people and situations, places, and romantic relationships that seem to have more of a grounded feeling, more of a committed feeling, I feel like. I also, with this rainbow blessings, I feel like you are beginning to come into a romantic cycle that is going to be very abundant. I feel like you are going to feel lucky with the choices that you have. I keep seeing the number 4, 44, 454 specifically, and the 4th house has to do with home and nurturing, and it's Cancer, so your emotions as well. So I feel like this is going to be something that is, how do I want to put this? For some of you, I feel like by summer solstice, you are going to be living with somebody that you are having a romantic cycle with. I almost want to get cards, like tarot cards, to get a little bit more information. You're being guided, though, to explore the ways in which you can experience blessings, big or small, in your physical by remaining in the present moment. I am next to a train station, so I apologize for any train noises. If it gets too loud, I'll pause for a second. But it's also looking like, I wanted to explain this with the summer solstice, or touch on this a little bit, that you are going to be experiencing a lot of warmth, but I also feel like you're going to be seen. Like, I want to keep this general because it is a general reading, but I keep being tied to like a specific person. So I feel like for you, group 1, pile 1, I feel like you guys are connecting to a certain person, and a lot of this energy feels like that person's energy. I feel like this person is very abundant, very grounded, very stable, very wise, very rooted. I feel like this is somebody who is extroverted, but I feel like very much they have a balance of being able to be extroverted but also be introverted as well. I feel like this person is very optimistic. I feel like it's easy for them to see things on the lighter side, or to see like a silver lining out of really any situation. I feel like this person also pays attention to you a lot. They very much see you. It feels like I'm hearing all eyes on you, and I'm also hearing that you light up their sky, like you are their sun. They feel so highly, they think and feel highly of you, and it feels almost like you are centered in their life, and this within itself, you being the center of somebody's life, getting that attention in the physical and having that actually be a grounded reality, is the new romantic cycle that is coming in. But also that to you will feel like a blessing, right? It'll almost feel like a miracle. Let me shuffle. Hold on. I'm really afraid that that's too loud because the sound register is really high when I'm looking at it. So 1 second while I shuffle. Okay. Okay, what more can you tell me about this person? So this full moon... Whew. So this full moon for you guys, pile one, this feels like a love connection is being highlighted, that you are being guided towards a specific person or being guided towards opening up in a way to receive and to be seen in a deeper, more rooted way. And it's almost like being seen like blasts all of this light and sunlight into the deepest roots of you so that it can become anew. That rhymed. That was definitely channeled. So we're getting more information on this person. More information on this person. This could be a spiritual connection. You could have a spiritual connection with this person, it feels like. It also feels like you could be a... Whoa! Oh my god. You guys... Yeah. This is about a romance. This is about a love connection. This is about a soulmate. Potentially even twin flame. Dare I even say that? I was a little bit hesitant. But truly this feels like a cosmic sort of love. I'm getting like chills in my legs. Let's see. I want a couple more cards for this person. We're going to take this one. Powerful cards. Look at that in progression. Progression in what I feel like was stagnancy. This could be a reconciliation. I know I don't necessarily have this in the cards, but this is making me think of the red string theory. So this could have been somebody that you've met before or that you were separated with before, but this feels very much like a connection, like a string, like you guys have always kind of been connected. And then with the Hangman, this can call for patience, as well as the Two of Wands. Two of Wands and Three of Wands, those both speak of like patience, but I really feel like in particular with you guys, well, for some of you guys, you may have gone through a period of separation or stagnancy, or a pause period where you're having to be patient. In that instance, I feel like you both were manifesting each other back, kind of using that magnetism of the Two of Cups, and then sort of just, both of you sort of just waiting for this to come in. It could have been both of you, or it could be this person that you're connected to that was sort of manifesting you and just kind of waiting for you to hear their call. Calls could be significant. But this person with the Two of Wands that we're looking at right here, it feels like this person is very future oriented. They are planning and setting intentions for... That word threshold is coming back again. It feels like they are setting future plans or setting intentions for being able to break a certain threshold. This could be something that they are working on manifesting. It could also be that they are working on breaking an emotional threshold with you, especially when it comes to passion and desire. It feels very much like you guys are tangled together in the physical. So either you could be, I definitely feel like you guys are in communication directly already. No way. That's the lovers. That's the lovers. That's the lovers. Okay. You guys, this is about love. This is about love. This is about progression. Look at that, because that was also underneath. This person is planning for the long haul. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. There's just progression. So we have the Two of Wands, Three of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, then the Knight of Pentacles, that's forward movement. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles, forward movement. And then with the Lovers, they're making an active, conscious choice to move towards this in the best way that they can, and what it seems like right now that they are working on or doing. And similarly, vice versa, I feel like you are in the same exact energy. You two are absolutely mirroring each other, and I would absolutely say that this is a divine connection, a sort of cosmic twin flame sort of connection. This is such a cool pile to start off with, but I feel like they are sort of gathering bits and pieces and things, little blessings here and there, to be able to bring to you to help sort of warm up the environment, right? They're also calling to me the fact that we're in winter right now, and winter is a bit of a time of reflection, right? And so are full moons, where we sit and reflect on whatever the theme of that full moon is. And this one happens to be about communication. And I believe there is also a note about clarity coming in connections as well, and communication when it comes to connections as well. So I feel like this person is going to want to bring a more grounded, warm presence, a more physical presence when it comes to how they feel about you emotionally. I also feel like this person, and equally you, could be going through some sort of awakening or an enlightenment around this time, and or the full moon could be heightening some sort of awakening, or again, breakthrough in thought patterns. Right now, the full moon currently, this whole full moon in Gemini is all about breakthroughs in our understanding or significant realizations, which is exactly what the Hanged Man speaks of and teaches us. Is after being in a period of waiting and watching and gaining as much knowledge and wisdom as we can, and planning, right, as this Two of Wands does and speaks of, we then, how do I want to put this? This is such a big energy. Hold on. As you gather all of this information and knowledge, it's almost like, it feels almost like it's being integrated within your emotional body, and that then allows you to create something out of nothing, and then you sort of just sit back and receive. And I feel like that's almost what you were being guided to work on or work through, especially with this person, and to see how easy it is to receive, how easy it is to allow yourself to surrender to the flow of things. 2 could also be significant. We have 2 1 2 2, and then 1 again. That's almost like a binary code. This is also somebody who, they could be a gift giver. They could also be somebody who works really hard, really long hours. This is also somebody who's going to take their time with you. They're going to be very patient. This is not somebody who's going to rush things. They're going to make sure that all of their T's are crossed, their I's are dotted. They're going to make sure that things are grounded and stable. And with that sort of energy, it's kind of nice, because when things come in, it's almost like you know with such certainty that it will stay there and that it will remain, that it almost alleviates any pressure. I don't feel any pressure at all from this. And what I'm picking up from that is this person feels so sure about you. And if this person hasn't come in yet, that this is basically essentially the energy that you'll be looking for. This is somebody who is so set on you and is so happy and content planning things with you and moving forward with you and progressing things with you, despite how much patience, despite how much time things take. Because Pentacles too, we have a ton of Pentacles here. So earth signs could be significant, or just like the drive, the ambition, and the ability to go the long term like earth signs can, is being highlighted here if it's not an earth sign. And again, I keep getting called to winter. Capricorn is in the winter, so Capricorn, it could mean something. But with this Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, again, this person is willing to put in the time to master the relationship, to be able to have a solid, stable, grounded understanding of the relationship, where it's going, how it can move, putting in time and effort, and really sort of paying attention to the details of things. This person could be very attentive to you. Virgo could be also significant in their big three, I feel like. But this is a cosmic love. Let's do, I was going to say, how will this full moon be significant? But I feel like that's already been explained. This is going to be significant because there's clarity coming in a love connection, a deep soul tie. This is also somebody that I feel like you've had past lives with. Also with the earth sign energy, the major earth sign energy, that only reiterates to me that this is somebody that you feel a spiritual connection. Excuse me, burp for confirmation. But yeah, this is a spiritual connection. You feel deeply connected to them. This is almost like a feeling of you are attached at the hip even when you are not physically together. You can both be in completely separate places but feel each other behind each other, if that makes sense. Okay, let me see. I guess the last question, this was so clear and so succinct. Let me just get like one last question, and then we'll end your reading there. But we have, what do you need to release in order to free your mind? Okay, I do feel a little bit of anxiety with this. So what I would like to do, we're going to use this bad boy because it's one of my favorites to use, and it's pretty in-depth. But again, I'm afraid that you can't hear me when I'm shuffling, so let me, 1 second. Okay, so what do we need to release in order to free our mind? This one feels right. Oh, confidence. Okay, so we have Leo, 5th house, shine. And on the bottom of the deck, we have number 46, 8th house, mystery. Okay, again, very clear. Very, very clear. I'm going to go ahead and take that off of the bottom of the deck. Oh, that's still going? Okay, sorry, my laptop just like went to sleep for a second and I thought something was happening. Okay, so with Leo and 8th house, we're looking at Leo and Scorpio energy. What this is immediately telling me is, with this Leo card, being confident, allowing yourself to radiate, to shine, right? Especially with the summer solstice. Allow yourself to shine. Allow yourself to be seen. Don't be afraid to show your silly side, the ways in which you're playful. How are you creative? How can you bring creativity to this? And how can you just enjoy it in the most playful and innocent way, right? Because with this 8th house mystery, this card essentially speaks of, this is meant to be a mystery because it calls for you to sit in the unknown with a sense of knowing. That was the hardest sentence I think I've ever put together. Let me redo that. This calls for us to happily sit in the unknown with a deep knowing within ourselves that we are cradled by the universe, that things are always working out in our favor, and that what we desires us as well. And so with that assurance, with that confidence of knowing that we, as long as it feels right and as long as we are enjoying ourselves, expressing our talents, expressing who we are from an authentic side, and shining our light, shining our warmth on others so that they can feel warm and cared for as well, that is the mystery of life. That is the beauty of life, to know that things will always work out, and so you can just enjoy each and every moment as happily and as presently as possible, right? Some of you, again, what I was feeling like is some of you could have a lot of fear about how this is going to move forward or how this is going to work, or you could have a lot of fear about the time that it could be taking. But again, all in divine timing, right? All in due time. That's one of the things that I want to get tattooed on myself, because that's my own personal problem also. All things in due time, right? What you are seeking is seeking you. What you desire is desiring you as well. And so putting your trust and your faith in the universe and in your own intuition, and knowing that you have full ability to guide yourself, and knowing that you can guide yourself, knowing that you can walk in the right direction because you know what's right for you, is a powerful thing. That's really powerful, and it's beautiful, and it's incredible. But I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything for you guys, since these are the last cards. We are going to go into what it actually calls for. Okay, so the action here is to take your space, be visible, light up the room, but also honor the light within others. Leo asks you to be the hearth fire of the situation. Hold other people's attention, not just for your own ego, but for their benefit, as an actor or a teacher would do. Warm their lives and be the person that people gather around to share stories. Bask in the sun, cultivate your community with love, share the bounty of your culture, and renew your spirits by living life to its fullest. Be honest rather than modest. Dramatize the situation to get your point across. Just be sure to track where the truth ends and hyperbole begins. Connect your expression and creative process to real feelings and honest facts. Teach, share, be generous with what you know, are, and have, and know that those actions attract the love and appreciation you need. Then offer that same level of attention to others, and they will love you for it. People deeply appreciate being seen by you. Learn when to shine and when to step back and center another person, idea, or community. Also, what I was hearing while I was reading that, oh my gosh, it's gone. Okay, I guess it's not important. Or if it is, it'll come back later. Yeah, if it is, it'll come back later. I guess it wasn't really important, or maybe it was just for me. Okay, back to the reading. 8th house, the action is assess the power dynamics between you and other people. You and other people around important resources like sex, money, and inheritances. I can't say that word. Notice if a relative or boss withholds money until you behave, or if you or a lover withholds sex until some other need is met. Just get clear in your own mind if anybody is pulling strings, or try to heal dysfunctional dynamics with clear and healthy boundaries. Seduce honestly. Not all strange sexual dynamics or unusual financial agreements are a problem. If you understand your peculiarities, peculiarities, I cannot say that either, and don't feel coerced or controlled by them, they are just a part of who you are. Financial investors and advisors, consultants, ministers, lovers, intuitives, brain trusts, auctioneers, and investors all work with 8th house affairs. So this person could be in any of those careers. If they work with integrity, do so productively. Develop your 2nd house resources, your own money's sense of worth and body confidence, to strengthen your freedom and bargaining power, and operate in this realm with grace. Engage the resources handed to you, but make your own judgment calls. The 8th house calls for one last freedom, to acknowledge that death exists and be fully alive in response. Why did I feel like I've always had a different understanding of that card, which kind of blows my mind. But anyway. Oh, I was just, everything is leaving my mind. You could be having a lot of space in your mind. Like, I'm almost getting ditzy. You could feel so safe around this person that, like, thoughts just leave your mind. Oh, to acknowledge that death exists. That's what I was going to talk about. With a new romantic cycle begins, this is also speaking to you. Allow the old cycle to die. Let it be. Let it go away. And know that you are coming into blessings and that it will be entirely different from this point on. So that is your reading, pile 1. I hope that this made sense. I hope that this helps. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and see what your card is. We have take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. What's really interesting about this is I had a lot of energy in pile 1. It was actually really exciting. But now as I'm tapping into pile 2, I feel the need to slow down. I even feel like my speech is a lot slower. I feel like you guys could be taking your time, or you could be working on being more present. Things are feeling a lot more full in your life right now, if that makes sense. And so I feel like you're sort of just, I don't know. I just took a deep breath. I feel like you're just kind of taking time to breathe out. Self-care is coming to mind. So some of you could be developing like a self-care routine where you're really having to sort of slow down. Like it has steps. You have to be present. You have to pay attention. You could also be doing more things where it's like meditation or yoga or massages, very relaxed things is what I'm feeling. But let's see how you're being guided to move forward. I'm really afraid that the shuffling shows up too loudly on the audio, so I'm not going to talk while I shuffle. Okay, how are we being guided to move forward? Ooh, how interesting. Okay, pile 1 also got... Oh my gosh, you guys got two of the same cards as pile 1. I almost had a feeling that these could be connected, which is very interesting because I'm almost getting a connecting message, which is very, very interesting. Okay, lots of blue, lots of communication, lots of emotions. That full feeling that I was feeling earlier for you guys, it almost feels like you're feeling full of emotion, or that you could be feeling full of a lot of things that you want to say. With this ocean card, the ebb and flow, this card speaks of taking time basically to breathe out, to slow down, to know, understand, and be aware of the fact that just like the current and just like the ocean, how it has waves that come in and out, we are going to have the same feelings with emotions. It feels like you are experiencing very large, very heavy feelings. 1 second, I need to plug in my laptop so it does not die, which is how I'm getting this crisp audio. Okay. Okay. So, pile 2. Yeah, and I feel just like a lot of attention. Not attention. Wow, that's funny. What I meant to say is it feels like there is a lot of tension. Also, I'm next to a train station currently, so I apologize for the train noises, but that could be a significator for somebody, a sign. Traveling could be significant as well for you guys. Why is that not the way that I want it to be? There we go. Sorry, as I just OCD my way through this. Okay, just a little interlude. I keep taking breaks within your guys' readings to like fix things and adjust things. So what I also feel like is you could be going through a lot of adjustments right now, or you could be having to fix things or course correct with the amount of energy or emotions that you may be feeling. And so that's another reason why you're kind of being called to slow down and breathe and really sort of take your time and understand that you're in a heightened time, and you're also in what feels like an ultra sensitive time when it comes to emotions. These two cards are giving me such a like soft, warm feeling in my chest. So if you have been feeling called to like snuggle up with blankets, or like snuggle up with like a baby, or if you have a baby and like just having them on your chest, I don't know why I'm getting that feeling, but I also feel like a lot of you guys could identify as loners or introverts. And I feel like, I'll just say it, it feels like it's kind of a lot to go out in the world right now. It feels very heavy to go out in the world right now. I feel like if you try to go shopping, you could attach to a lot of people's feelings and emotions. You're also, with this wolf instinct, you're being called right now to listen to your gut. Listen to your gut and listen to your emotions and see what they can teach you, right? You're also being called to ground yourself right now, really be focused in the present. And that could be so you can have a little bit more of a handle on the emotions that are coming in. I feel like this has something to do with a spiritual path that you're on, or it could just be that I feel like you're coming out of the end of what could have been a very arduous, almost lonesome time frame. That's very specific. And I could be wrong. I don't know why I'm doubting myself with that. You could also have, a past of doubting yourself or doubting your instinct, doubting your gut. An interesting practice that is coming to mind that they're highlighting for me is really, really allowing yourself to go into the emotion. When you feel a really heavy emotion or a really big emotion, really just go into it. Be theatrical, be dramatic, like feel that emotion. What does it feel like in your body? What does it feel like in your mind? What does your spirit feel like experiencing this? And then ground. And then realize that you're here, it's 2024, it's December, I'm in this place, I'm in this town, this is my name, this is the time. I also feel like some of you it feels like you could be in a time of searching out a pack, searching out your community, or searching out a place to put down roots. I feel like I may have mentioned travel a little bit earlier. It feels like you may be traveling. There's some sort of unexpected blessing that is going to be coming to you or making itself known to you after this full moon. 1414 is what I just saw, and then combined that's 5-5. So the 4th house and the 5th house could be significant. Again, that's tying it back to pile 1. So if you felt called to go to pile 1 or see pile 1, maybe it's for you, but only you could know that. Let's get some tarot. Let's get some tarot and see if there's any more information on how we're being guided to move forward. How are we being guided to move forward? really trusting in your emotions, which sounds really crazy and could for some of you sound counterintuitive, but trusting your emotions and trusting your instincts, trusting the information that you receive. I also feel like some of you are not only book smart, but you're street smart, like you know how to move through this world from a social standing, but you also are quite educated, quite intelligent as well. And I can see that again because you are sort of trying to master. It feels like you are actively working on mastering and taking control of the larger emotions and not allowing the emotions to rule you, right? Taking time out to breathe, taking time out to ground. You could even be called to meditate more often as well. Ooh, that was a messy shuffle. That was a messy shuffle, but yeah, on the split we have the Queen of Cups. So yeah, you could be called to meditate more, or there is a calling to come into your inner emotions. The fourth house, that is about, that's ruled by Cancer, which I believe the Queen of Cups is also ruled by Cancer or Pisces, but allowing yourself to completely immerse in your emotions and finding strength and power and knowledge in that instead of chaos, right? But also chaos has its teachings. We can learn things from chaos too. Woo, woo, there goes the whole deck. As I speak of chaos, everything sort of just goes chaotic. That's really funny. That's really funny. Okay, yeah, you could be noticing, like, especially with this blue, you could be noticing that, like, as soon as you speak or say something out loud, it then almost immediately shows up, and you could, there's ways that you can learn how to use that to your benefit. But let's see, how are we being guided to move forward? Ooh. The Fool! Oh wow, taking a guided leap of faith, trusting that the step that you need, the path that you need, the path that is for your highest good will appear under your feet as you take each step, is what I heard. Oh my gosh, we have the World with the Fool. Oh my gosh. And the Ten of Cups. Oh, okay, this definitely feels like it's connected to... Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Things are like connecting right now. Sorry. Hold on. Things are like completely connecting. If you feel called to pile one, if you don't feel called to pile one, that's completely okay. This can just be for you. If you do feel called to pile one, you have completed a massive energetic cycle. And I feel like that is the mountain that I was feeling earlier, that long, arduous journey or spiritual path that you've been on has been hard and it's been difficult. And I feel like you have been through just about everything you can think of, right? You've been through the entire Fool's journey and you have done it well. You've done it well. Again, like I'm saying, you are showing a lot of emotional maturity, a lot of emotional awareness, and a lot of personal growth, spiritual growth as well. You are being afforded almost like a brand new chapter, a brand new opening. As this full moon is a gift of a brand new chapter, a brand new life, a brand new journey in which you may face the same things, however, in a different way, and I feel like in a less severe way, right? You're going to be taking a new journey that is full of blessings and happiness. We have rainbows here, oh my goodness, and the full moon, and the new moon! Oh my god! Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry. I got full complete chills. As a blessing, almost as a promise to you for completing a what feels like multiple lifetimes of problems and issues and healing that you've had to that you've had to go through, I feel like you've always known in the back of your mind that you are meant to be with your other half. That so long as you can make it through your own personal healing, so long as you can get yourself to a place of emotional balance and emotional fulfillment and emotional happiness, then that within itself, you know that you are promised this deep love, right? So, and that's sort of what pile 1 spoke of, was this deep, powerful, all-changing sort of cosmic love that is coming in. Somebody that is going to love you at every stage and to your entirety, right? But we have new moon and full moon. You have completed major, massive cycles and things in your life that are incredibly, incredibly hard. And you are going to be massively decorated, completely decorated, blessed and abundant. Like I feel like the spark of recognition or the significant realization that you are going to be having around this full moon is just how powerful and magnetic and abundant you are, and just how far you've come as well. I feel like a lot of awareness is going to come to you in just how much you've been able to accomplish, just how much you've done for yourself, how far you've made it. This is going to be, it almost feels like the end of a video game that was like extremely hard, and you're left like at the end of it sort of like tired, and you're like, God damn. But at the same time, you have such a deep sense of accomplishment and emotional fulfillment at the fact that like you did it. You did something and completed something that was very, 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 very hard. And although you're still going through things that are heavy, or although you still may be cycling through emotions, you've made it past the pinnacle of the hardest point. You've completed your journey to the best of your ability, and the way in which you've done it is unlocking a journey that is going to be full of abundance and love. And again, one of the things that I feel like was promised to you, that your soul knows is promised to you, is a deep, loving, spiritual connection with another person. And again, if you want more information on that person, or just that connection in general, what it may look like for you, go ahead and check out pile 1. But I feel like this full moon is going to be significant, yeah, in that sort of way, in the sense of this is going to highlight and show the ways in which you have done some massive clearing. You've almost, it almost feels like you're going to have a completely new life, like unrecognizable. Let's see, I was going to ask, what do you need to release in order to free your mind? However, I feel like you're already doing that, allowing yourself to go with the flow of the ways in which things are moving as they are in the present moment. Does that make sense? Like going with the current. Don't fight heavy feelings. Don't push them away. Give them space. Allow them to be present. And nourish yourself. Take time to breathe out and take time to see how far you've come, how full your cup is now. That is beautiful. I also feel like I feel like you went through this massive journey in what feels like such a quick, like it feels like you took the quickest course possible to healing as much trauma as possible, so you could get it out of the way sooner, and then just have like this beautifully easy, magnificent, abundant, fulfilling life afterwards. And like life is still life, and things are still going to be hard, and there's still going to be times where you might feel like you're fighting against the current. You know, we're human, but for the most part you got the toughest bit out of the way, the hardest stuff out of the way. It's done. Like you've completed it. So I feel like there's almost, I don't know. Let's see if there's anything else, because it doesn't really feel like you need anything else. It really doesn't feel like you need anything else. It really doesn't feel like there's anything else left for you to work on. There may be a bit of fear and anxiety because, like, the thought of getting caught up in a rip current, which it's really interesting. We've got 2 of the same with the lightning power. This is and breath. Breathe. Yeah, breath. Your breath is important. Breathing is important. Remaining grounded is very important for you in this time, and I feel that is because of the massive power shifts that are coming in. Again, it feels almost like it's easy to get caught up in the rip current of the heaviness, or the rip current of an everyday life, of things happening. But again, so long as you give yourself time, and you breathe, and you ground, and you remind yourself how strong and rooted and how grand you are, then I feel like you'll be good. The 8 of Cups speaks of leaving something behind, something that you have invested yourself in order to walk towards a new future, one that you know is going to be happier and brighter and warmer. Yeah, it feels like, oh my god, I just got chills. I just got chills on my back, down my back. It feels like you are closing out the actual, like, the end of this year, 2024, it feels like this is the actual final end. This is the time when you can finally walk into the new year as a new person with new habits, new routines, a new emotional understanding, and new horizons, and ones that you can actually see now, right? She can see where she's going. She can see where she's walking. It's a very clear path, right? I feel like this year has been a year of you wrapping things up, tying things up, making sure that things are coming to a completion, and that you've done everything that you sort of can, that you've planned everything and planted all the seeds that you can, so that you can just sort of pop into this new, or walk casually, confidently, comfortably into this brand new path that you've created for yourself. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I don't feel like there's any other cards needed. I mean, not that there's any more information. That was pretty clear. Yeah. So, yeah. I hope that this helps. I hope that this resonated for you guys. And I hope that you guys have a beautiful rest of the year, and I will see you in the next one. And welcome to pile 3. Let's go ahead and get your moon message. We have, you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. Okay, so point blank, obviously, it feels like you guys are close to achieving your goal. With how straightforward I'm already talking, this is crazy to already be tapped into your guys' energy this quickly. Wow. To be point blank period, I feel like I'm talking to either a Capricorn or an air sign, like a Libra or a Gemini. I could be completely wrong, but it feels like you guys have some significant Capricorn or Gemini placements. I'm also getting, you guys could have something to do with communication. I feel very strong in my words. I feel very confident in the way that I'm talking. Or you could just be a really great communicator. I'm also seeing somebody working on like a project. There's so much energy. It feels like it could be a passion project, or just something that you've been like really excited to launch. It feels like you're really, really close to launching that, or I keep hearing like launch date. So it could be for a book or a movie, or like a podcast. Honestly, it could be anything, but this full moon, it feels like this full moon could have something to do with tying up the loose ends that have to do with that passion project, or tying up any loose ends or like last minute details when it comes to achieving whatever sort of goal this is. But let's see, how are we being guided to move forward during this full moon? I'm a little bit afraid to talk while I shuffle because I'm not quite sure yet if it drowns out my voice. So I'm going to be a little bit silent. Oh, I keep getting a lot of business vibes for you guys, or like I keep seeing a courthouse, legal things. So you could, for some of you, you could be very close to achieving or tying up legal matters or any court issues. I feel like may be resolved by the end of the year, or at least will see movement in January, especially mid-January. But let's see. It feels like this is something that you've been waiting on for a while as well. But let's see, how are we being guided during this full moon? Okay. Oh, all of the piles speak of love. That's so beautiful. Okay, so we have love, mountain, and music. Okay. I feel like this passion project is absolutely something that you really love. Again, there's like a lot of production coming out. That's really interesting. I feel like this is something, yeah, you very much love. I feel like this is something that you have been almost nurturing like a baby. Something that you're very compassionate about. Some of you could even make music, or like music that has something to do with nature's sounds, which is really interesting. I was getting that channeled the other day when I was thinking about doing these readings, and I didn't know what that meant. But I had, for whatever reason, they were showing me somebody with like one of those recorders or like microphone things, and they were holding it up to like a river current or like the sound of the trees and the wind, and using that in their music or like as a background. This could even be some of you creating things like meditation music or meditation I don't know how that's coming through. That's really interesting. But some of you could be creating like frequencies or things. I also feel like some of you have been resonating on a higher, more harmonious frequency as you are coming to the culmination of this project. I feel like they're showing me like 2 points on a line coming closer together. So one point is the very beginning of the project, and the other point is the very beginning of you, like the beginning of your evolution as you go through this project. So as the project is moving along in process, so are you in your growth in connection to this. You feel very tied to whatever this is. This could be something that you feel is a purpose of yours. This is coming in, I'm kind of almost wanting to doubt myself, and I know that I shouldn't, because this is coming in a little bit differently than what it's being shown. But it feels like you have been evolving with this project as well. It's very tied to your own personal growth and your own personal development. I feel like as you are coming closer to launching this project, or as you are coming into a point where it's to its culmination, where it's complete, you have accumulated, gained, and or strengthened the level of compassion, strength, and harmony within yourself, as well. As clear and as obvious as that is, because I have the words in front of me, not everything has to be a riddle. Not everything has to be something that you have to figure out. And what I feel like this is for you is something that is so very clear cut. It is so very obvious for you that you are meant to do this, that this goal is important to you, right? I'm almost with this, they're having me highlight the fact that after achieving a goal that you have spent so long working on, you almost come to a point within yourself emotionally where there's like a stillness, like this lake, how it's like really, really still, right? It's almost like, and then you can look back at all of which you've climbed to get there, and it's still, and it's sort of like a, oh, what now sort of feeling. But what they're telling me is, once you hit that space, and I feel like they're telling me this because you are going to hit this space quite rapidly. This goal that is coming to accumulation, that is launching, that is going to be achieved much quicker than you think it will. Or yeah, it's going to happen a lot quicker. And so as you will begin to sit in this stillness, looking back at all of which you have done, all of which you have grown, all of which you have had to overcome, they're almost advising you to sit in the love and the compassion, sit in the harmony of that stillness. Notice how it holds a certain silence that carries its own music. And so, sort of allowing yourself to listen to that and hear what that sounds like. And it sounds like achievement is what I'm hearing. That sounds like a job well done. Because, yeah, there's a peace. There's a peace. There is nothing to fear once you've accomplished what you're working on. I also feel like there's going to be more to come. This is sort of like the first major step, or the first major accomplishment, or the first major launch. So it's sort of like, again, I feel like I'm speaking to like a Capricorn or somebody that's just very driven, very ambitious. You will always have the next plan or the next thing. So as you come to this point where you are achieving your goal, allow yourself to sit in that and enjoy it. Let's see. Oh, new moon promise. Okay, we're just gonna say it. As you are achieving a goal, I feel like, because this feels very career-wise for whatever reason, but I feel like as you are achieving a goal of yours, I do have to say it, I feel like there's going to be a relationship coming in for you, a love connection coming in for you. For some of you, I feel like both of you are very goal-oriented, work-oriented, so there could have been some sort of promise to each other that as you get to a place where you feel comfortable career-wise or comfortable in your goals, then you can move forward. That's for some of you. However, I feel like, as you are coming into the achievement of this goal, there is going to be a promise, a love connection coming in. There was such a high significance of love in my meditation even, and I didn't want to make it about love because, not everything is about a romantic connection, as beautiful as that is. And I didn't want to be one of those, like, I don't know, I didn't want to tug at your heartstrings just because I know it gets views. You know what I mean? I want to give you guys the most honest and straightforward and real answers as possible, but love is coming up. This could be something that is new or something that is renewing. I also feel like music has something to do with this as well. You guys could both be connected to music. You both could create music, or you could speak through music as well. This is also going to be a connection that is going to be very strong. Both of you, I feel like, are going to be physically strong. However, the emotion and the spiritual connection, I feel like, is going to be very strong. With wind on the bottom and winter solstice reflection on the bottom, I feel like both of you will sort of activate each other to reflect on things that need to be released. I feel like you both will help each other as well, sort of reflect. And when things sort of seem, I don't know, this is giving me harsh feelings. Same with the mountain strength. It looks kind of cold and kind of harsh. I feel like the harder the environment, or the more reflection you're faced with, the stronger it makes you and the more activated it makes you. And thus makes both of you more activated together. I hope that that makes sense. It's almost like a thing of the more you heal yourself, the more it brings you together with this person. And I feel like that could be why there is such a heavy significance with career, or coming to a completion with a project or some sort of legal matter, or it could be that you're wrapping up a career or something. Oh my gosh, I lost that channel. I'm gonna try to get the feeling back, but it feels like, yeah, you activating that part of your life, or working on and putting your energy and effort towards that goal, is almost helping this love come in. You're filling your own cup, you're accomplishing your own goals and your own things, and that within itself brings a love for yourself from yourself. And that only inevitably brings in a healthy, beautiful love, because you attract what you are, right? And if you're a loving, nurturing, healthy, balanced, harmonious person, then that's what you're going to bring in for a connection as well. I also feel like underneath both of those was passion. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of passion, but also we had mentioned that goal feels like it's going to be a passion project that you are going to be achieving, working on, launching, and that I feel like is very harmonious to you, or feels very attached to you. It very much feels like a passion of yours. This person is going to have a lot of passion for you, a lot of warmth for you. Fire signs could be significant. Sagittarius and Aries seems to be coming to mind. Again, it doesn't have to be, though. It's totally okay. It's just that energy of drive, ambition, almost like a daring, not a being afraid to go after things, to go forward with things, to create things, to activate things. This person, I feel like, is not going to be afraid to face the fire with you, is what I'm hearing. But let's see, what do we need to release? Let's use the Star Codes deck. What do we need to release to help free our mind and to help this goal come forward, come to culmination? What do we need to release? Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, partnership. Okay. I'm also going to send you to part 1. I think I sent pile 2 to part 1. I'm also going to go ahead and send you to part 1 if it calls to you, if it feels like it resonates. Oh, you're kidding me. On the bottom of the deck is Libra. And Libra, the house of Libra is the house of partnership, and the card that came out is partnership. This is so obvious. Okay, so yeah, if you feel called to pile 1, go ahead and watch pile 1. But I said part 1. How interesting. I feel like these have all been connected in some sort of way, I feel like. And they've all had a theme of love and connection, and a deep love connection as well. But, so what we need to release, I feel like, and harmony too. Libra speaks of harmony, and so does the 7th house of balance, of harmony, of music, of the arts. Okay. So what do we need to release? Ooh, I want to read the card for this. They're showing me, or the page. They're showing me the page. And what this has to say will always be better than what I will ever channel. I love this card. And it's such a healthy card, healthy boundaries. And that's what I feel like also the goal for some of you could be the goal for some of you could be achieving healthy boundaries, or working on self-worth and self-individualism within a partnership. But let's go to here and read this. Okay. So, Juno speaks of, in work and love, Juno wants you to trust that you can hold steady on your life's path and develop equal partnerships. So get in there and wrestle to make the relationship work. Research healthy relationship skills and study negotiation and mediation techniques. Practice respect, communication, love, and conflict resolution between the various facets of your own personality. Like Juno and Jupiter, strive to become two whole, empowered souls who can express their individual potential, work around each other's foibles, and find balance. Be responsible for your own connection to creative source, spirit, and your emotions. Don't ask another to carry your heart for you, as it makes it hard to accept their unique path. Live out your ambition through your own work rather than your mate, children, employees, or coworkers. Yeah, live your life through your own work. That's sort of what this had highlighted for me, is that you had to go through a period of achieving a goal or working on some sort of passion project. In the meantime, really putting your focus and your efforts into what you love and what lights you up and what you feel like you are here for. That healthy boundary, right? Filling up your own cup. If you do so, you can encourage others' growth and exploration along with your own, and so create the foundations of great relationships and a sense of community. If you don't, you can develop jealousy, you can devolve into jealousy or create monsters. If you want to be in a partnership but are not, examine any belief or training that said you have to give up what matters to you in order to partner up. If it's your choice to work alone, then accept it. But if not, expand that view and invite fresh possibilities. True partnership is a spiritual path. Its sacred acts are the practice of healthy relationship skills. These skills begin within. Yeah, so working on healthy partnerships, healthy balance, healthy emotional reciprocation and communication, and learning how to be your own individual person while being with someone. So in a way, I feel like all of these tie together, almost all of the piles. But if this is the only one that feels right to you, honor that, listen to that, because you are absolutely right. What's really funny is with Gemini full moon that we're experiencing, what this reading is all about, Gemini is heavy on communication, and I feel like a lot of people have been separated or having to live individual lives outside of their partnerships, and having their individual life outside of the partnership be the focus instead of the partnership. And so I feel like there's been stagnancy or lack of communication just out of general busyness or inability to have the time, energy, and space to do so. And what I feel like with this full moon, that is changing for a lot of people. As people are reaching and achieving their goals and wrapping up loose ends of things, it frees up space and the ability to come together, to have more clarity, to have more conversations and communications, and therefore have breakthroughs and realizations and significant shifts in partnerships as well, that I feel like will only deepen existing connections and or bring back together those that are meant to be together. I very heavily feel like there's communication coming in with the Page of Swords. So yeah, you guys have, in the Ten of Swords, communication. You know who this person is, or they know who you are. They've been watching you, thinking about you. But yeah, I feel like that's it for the reading. So to end this, what the full moon would like you to release in order to free your mind is releasing any negative attachments or stigmas within partnerships or relationships that tell you that you have to forego certain parts of yourself in order to be loved or in order to have balance. Practice healthy boundaries in relationships and healthy communication and conflict resolution. And I feel like it'll be smooth sailing from there. So I hope that this helps, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.